What is up, YouTube land? I am Moose for the win, back at you again with another TF review. This time we are reviewing Transformers Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Perceptor. This is a character that I've been dying to get my hands on for a while. He is in his classic little microscope mode. He is a fantastic figure with some great articulation, some great paint decals. Honestly, he fits more in like one of the standard like 6-inch action figure lines that you're finding nowadays, more so than your standard Transformer. He's a great figure, some awesome posability. Just love this guy. Some of the paint apps and the details on him are a nice little touch. Very simple little alt mode. He doesn't really do much. There is a little, I can't really get this on camera, but there's a small little lens in here that if you peek in just so, it looks like you're looking through the microscope, but I mean, it's not really that detailed, but it's a nice little imaginative play feature. He's got some storage right here on the side for his gun. I mean, obviously it looks better in periscope mode when you take it off, but the reason they did that, obviously just for storage reasons, and this is like a little nice added play feature for the reference to like the more modern video games, and for the IDW comic line, he has a third mode. And it's very simple to transform him from this mode. You just flip the legs back around and bend them up, and there's a little tab right here on these sides. You clip it in like this, and you have a makeshift tank mode. That way you can say he actually does have like a little vehicle mode. It doesn't roll or anything. The treads are molded into the legs. There's no wheels or nothing. He doesn't do anything on that, but he is great for a little imaginative play feature there. You can have him as part of like an assault force or the scientific community where he's back at base. Either way, he is a fantastic representation of a frankly underrated character, in my opinion. Here we have him next to the vehicle mode of Deluxe Cup. Nice little chunky sized dude there. He's got a little decent bit of heft to him. Transformation's really simple. You just straighten out the legs, bring the hips down. Oh, didn't have myself there. And you bring the feet up, remove the gun. And real quick, I love the paint app right here on the hand. They usually leave this like hollow or empty or just black, but they painted it to make it a little more flush in vehicle mode, and I love that they did that. So clip you, and then you just take this out, lift this up for a minute, and then you straighten up the gun. You can kind of lift it up to get it out of the way. You're going to lift it up and out like that, and then clip this hinge into this tab right there. Oops, getting ahead of myself there. Then bring the arms down, do the same on this side, bring this clip down, clip it up there, and then pose the arms into place. Come. There you go. There's a nice click. Everything's pretty sturdy on this thing. There's no like loose joints or nothing yet. Lift the thing up, and then this, you just kind of accordion it down and it sits on the arm. Now, I'm gonna move it over side to show you this. Now there's this little weird tab, looks like something's supposed to peg in there. It's not. It's literally just there for you to get a grip on the head for flipping him around. And honestly, I like that. It's nice. It's a nice little touch, because some of these figures I've gotten recently are hard to actually get your fingernail in there and like move them. So it's nice that they actually made an effort. Move the head around, call it a day. Yeah, a lot of really good engineering went into this guy. There you have Perceptor. Give him his gun. At first glance, he looks really plain. He looks like just a regular old action figure, but the level of articulation on this guy, I mean, he is one of the most posable figures that I have. I mean, he's got hip swivel, his head moves really well. You can move the gun back and down, and it clips into his back so you can get it kind of out of the way, but then it kind of sets downward a little too low for my liking, but still a good figure to pose. His legs pose really well. He's one of the few figures I have that can actually take a knee, which that's just fantastic. I mean, you can get him in any kind of like classic 80s action movie pose with this guy. I mean, it's great. The only play features they didn't really add, and I'm kind of glad they didn't, is these little knobs on the top. They don't turn, they're stationary, which I like that, because if they made them turn, they would have been easy to pop off. And I think that was a smart idea, making them solid. The only gripe I have about this guy, I don't know if this is just a problem with mine, but his legs don't go flush. They kind of fan out a little bit. But that just might be a problem on my end. And with how his legs transform, they swivel side to side. It does kind of get annoying when you're trying to pose him and his hips kind of just in like one direction or another. But that's just a minor nitpick on my end. I mean, it's really not that bad. A lot of these Studio Series figures, I have to look for problems in them because they are such well-designed toys compared to previous incarnations of the same character. You know, we've been calling a lot of these Generations and Studio Series figures of the last couple of years, we've been calling them mini masterpieces, and this is no exception. I mean, if there was a masterpiece Perceptor, I would assume he would look something very close to this. He's very well done. Here we have, for some size comparison, we'll put him next to Big Daddy Prime. A nice, decently sized character. Kind of out of frame here, my bad. We have him next to Galvatron. So he's a nice, average-sized character, very well represented here. He's very clean looking. He doesn't look like a lot of the characters that have the more like metallic, mechanical look. He looks a lot like he did in the cartoon, and that's what they were going for with the movie line. And it worked out so well for this guy. He's the same type of plastic that they used for the Retgar. If you watch one of my last review videos, it feels like a different type of plastic. It's a lot lighter, but no less sturdy than like this plastic they use with Optimus. Optimus feels a little more rigid in its plastic. This one feels like it would have a little more give. I don't know if that makes sense. It does to me. But overall, fantastic figure. Highly recommended for any collection. If you're a fan of the classic movie, or if you're a fan of the IDW Wreckers series, this is the Perceptor to get. No disrespect to any of the other Generations Perceptors, the Titans Return one, they're all good figures, but this one, with just how close it is to the cartoon, I love this whole line. It's great. Now with mine, I noticed there's been a lot of complaints lately about yellowing of the plastic. This one, I don't know if it's supposed to be like this milky off-white color, like around the window here, but it came like that, and I think all of them are supposed to look like that. So if anyone has a issue about yellowing, I don't think that this one has that problem, because I think it's supposed to look like that. So just bear that in mind if you're looking for one and you think, oh, this one's got a problem with it. I don't think that's a problem. I think that's intentional. I think that's how he's supposed to look, and it looks great on him. But there you have, get out of the frame, Prime. You're not perceptive. But there we have it, the Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Perceptor.